her real name was Kitty Pauline, and I know that, even though she's a woman.
You got to do that with her, and she sings songs too.
Yeah, we have that recorded. Yeah, better.
Why do they call her Hester?
Well, my grandfather used to say there was this guy named Hester who had, let's say, Grandma had this unique, singular gait. And I guess she had it when she was a young woman or girl. So there's this guy named Hester that had the same gait. So my grandfather's nickname for her was Hester.
Gotcha.
They used to snicker when they tell that story. So that's why she was called Hester. And it took me a long time before I realized her real name wasn't Hester. And she's the one who told me that her real name was Kitty Pauline, and in fact, it was Kitty Pauline. I've seen that in the records.
Anything else about the Campbells?
Well,
Are we related to Campbell soup?
I don't think so. Campbells are pretty prolific. So much.
Campbell's a huge name.
Yeah, so there's lots of Campbells. But anyway, those Campbells, and I haven't even started. The Campbells, the Mobleys first show up in the historical record in the 1690s in Annapolis, which is interesting. They immigrated. It looks like they came in Annapolis in the 1690s. The Campbells, I picked them up in the 1740s in Virginia, out near Graves Mountain. That's where my records begin, the ones I've been able to find. They start in Virginia. They end up immigrating, moving over several generations. They end up they're in Virginia in the 1740s. They're still there in the 1770s because I know I had an ancestor who fought the Battle of Kings Mountain during the Revolution. He was like the same as a second lieutenant. He was a junior officer, fought in that battle. Then there's another site.
Yeah, well, we did some of that. I remember with Sean.
Sean and I did that, yes. Yeah. During our father's.
I knew that.
And then so anyway, so they were still there in the 1870s. So somewhere.
Still in Annapolis?
No, this is the Campbells. Campbells, we don't know how and when they arrived in the North America. But by the 1740s, they have a homestead in Western Virginia, near Graves Mountain.
Right.
A little south and a little east of Graves Mountain, but it's close. They very well could have known the graves. And I think there are some graves in the Campbell family tree. There are some graves in there. So
We're related.
So we should have gotten the family discount.
We should have gotten the free chicken dinner.
But there's no direct blood descendant for me. These are like distant cousins type of things. We definitely want to get McLean's for you. Unless we decide to get a new car. In which case we don't want to put any more money into this one. But anyway, so they're in Western Virginia. They're still there in the 1870s, but by the early 1800s, early 19th century, they're down in Tennessee in the Chattanooga area.
What brought them down there?
Just probably looking for opportunities. What bought any of the stuff?
Would land have been cheaper?
Yeah, they moved. The frontier moves.
Right.
People move with it. So anyway, they end up in Chattanooga, and they plant there. So that's where they plant. Eventually, people just kind of stop moving. So they plant in Chattanooga. They're for several generations. Civil War breaks out. Our ancestor I think it was William Campbell. I think it was. Joins the Confederate Army, or the Tennessee Volunteers. So he's incorporated in the Confederate Army. So he actually is a soldier in the Army. He's not militia. Militia is something else. And he gets captured in a battle in Shenandoah Valley in 1864. You know this part of the story because we actually walked that ground. It's in the Virginia Adventure.
Oh.
And then he got captured. He was sent to Indianapolis as a POW.
How long?
Then June of 64
So it can't have been that long.
to March of 65.
Yeah.
Maybe even, I don't know exactly when he got there, but he was captured in June. So let's just say he got out there in June. So,
And then where was he repatriated?
City Point, Virginia.
And why did they bring him all the way there? Why don't they repatriate in Indianapolis?
Because that's the place where they did the exchanges. That was a designated spot.
Was he one of the people repatriated after the Union realized Grant was like, we're gonna win?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they started the. You remember I told you how they stopped doing the exchanges? Well, then they started them up again. Because by then everybody knew the Union.
And did he get to just go home after
home.
that? Okay.
Yeah,
He was
got to
done.
go home.
It's a war. Yeah.
Well,
How
I
did
don't
he
know.
get home?
I don't know if he's officially discharged, but he went home.
How do you get home?
As far as I know, he walked.
There are probably other people going that way.
And they made a movie of it. Yeah. there was
What's
a
the movie?
What's it called?
It's with Jodie Foster
Richard Gere.
and Richard Gere.
It's about this guy who